Today, I'm told that there are so many powerful farms of cannabis sativa inside Somalia. Most of them even planted by Al-Shabab, among other people.
Honorable members goes to the Honorable Farah Maalim.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to weigh also my ideas on this. Madam Speaker, this country is going to be destroyed, not by anything else, not because of politics, not because of ethnic issues and these other kind of divides. This country is going to be destroyed by drugs and alcohol abuse. The motion here asks for us to have additional rehab centers. Madam Speaker, the experience in this world is that those countries that had the harshest penalties for drug use and drug abuse and drug tradings are some of the cleanest countries in the world today. I will prescribe, and I think we need to do this, that we should have the death penalty for for anybody found with anything more than a half a kilogram of any form of drugs, including the cannabis sativa. Madam Speaker, the countries that are now in that category, which are the cleanest countries, which are some of the most progressive countries, which have got a GDP that cannot be matched, are China, Malaysia, Vietnam, Singapore. In the Philippines, they were killing them in the streets, extrajudicial as a matter of fact. Iran, Madam Speaker, Saudi Arabia. We have to prescribe the death penalty for the drug use and the drug trading and the drug trafficking in this country, and that's the only way we are going to have a clean country, and only a clean country can become progressive and can go far in life. We have seen drug lords become governors in this country, Madam Speaker. We have seen drug lords enjoy some of the highest positions. We have seen alcoholics in the top offices in this country. Those ones right now are the role models for our children, Madam Speaker. The role models for our children are not the straight-A students. They are not the ones who are going to do very well academically. The role models for our children today are the drug lords who have become members of parliament, who have become governors, who have become everything that one can become in this country. Very soon, we are going to have a drug lord in the form of Pablo Escobar, who is going to be the president of this country, because that's where we are going. We have seen alcoholics go to the highest offices in this country. Madam Speaker, when the president of Philippines directed his security machineries to look for these people, investigate them, and kill them extrajudicially, that country is now on a very good trajectory in terms of development, in terms of saving the future generations of that country. Madam Speaker, drug lords are going to the primary schools and they're going to the nurseries. They're lacing drugs with sweets to be given to the children so that the children become addicts from a very young age. And because they pay heavily to political parties, they're very close to the highest leadership in the country always. They're able to get away with some of these things. Madam Speaker, I happen to have been on the chair as the Deputy Speaker in the 10th Parliament when this matter was discussed on the floor of the House. And a minister was so helpless that he admitted government facilities were used in the movement of drugs. That is when the Americans came with a list of members of parliament who were drug lords. Madam Speaker. And we did nothing about it. The Americans, everybody in the world was telling us, US is a very powerful transit point for drugs. Your children right now, it is coming from all the countries. It's coming in from Somalia, it's coming in from Ethiopia, it's coming in from Uganda, it's coming in from everywhere. It's a big market for drugs. And the children of this country, if we don't do what we need to do now. Madam Speaker, can I have 2 more minutes if you don't mind?
I'll give you one. Honorable Farah Maalim.
Okay, thank you. Madam Speaker, there is need for us to see the devil in the room. The devil in the room. The problem in this country, the thing that's going to destroy this country and destroy it very big, is because of the manner in which drugs and drug abuse has permeated our society from a very young age. Right now, we have a situation in which the father is a drug addict, the son is a drug addict, and the grandfather is a drug addict. You will find something like that in parts of this country, including the Coast Province. A place like Lamu has been so devastated, you wonder whether it is the government's plan for these people to become all drug addicts and perish in society. I'm not surprised when I see Western Kenya, and I'm not surprised when I see the Central. I'm not surprised the fact that in Central Province, alcohol now is such a powerful menace that very soon somebody is going to say, the same way they talk about the cartels in the coffee sector and the tea sector, they will say the cartels in alcoholics and drugs. Madam Speaker, this country has got to be saved. We are not going to go on making new additional rehab centers. We will have those rehab centers. But why do you deal with the symptoms? Why do you deal with the consequence of something? Why don't you go to the vector itself? It's like somebody, I come from a family where there are a number of medical officers, and one of them one time told me, why do you have to treat malaria? Let's get rid of all the mosquitoes. So why do you have to treat drug issues and drug, what do you call, abuse and all that? Let's get rid of the drugs by getting rid of the ones who trade in these things and get rid of them in the best possible way. Let's have laws in this country which are going to prescribe the death penalty. I know of a country where a very senior person from one of the African countries, the child of that person went to that country, it was China, and he pleaded for the child to be released. The child was executed. They will execute them because you cannot allow the future generations to be destroyed. The drug lords in this country are destroying the future generations and the traders in drugs. So let us not begin looking for rehabilitation centers, how to treat it, how to deal with it. No. We get rid of everybody who is involved in these things from whichever side of this country or border that this thing comes in. Today, I'm told that there are so many powerful farms of cannabis sativa inside Somalia. Most of them even planted by Al-Shabab, among other people. Among other people. You see, the Americans are happy that Taliban has taken over Afghanistan. Now, for the first time, there is no drugs that is coming in from Afghanistan.
Thank you very much, Honorable Farah.